You might not have guessed it, but we really like video games here at Team TripleJump. I know, shocking, right? What we really like, though, is when said video games reward us for our efforts with fancy achievements and shiny trophies because, oh boy, or girl, or other, does that serotonin hit fast when we hear that ping. You know the one. There it is. Oh, that's the stuff. Sometimes, though, our beloved video games ask us to do some downright questionable stuff before they'll bestow us with certain accolades. For this list, we're looking at the games that force players to do some rather odd things in order to obtain their strange trophies and achievements. We're not talking collecting 100 King Richard flags or shooting 200 pigeons, though if that's the sort of thing you're after, it might be worth checking out our other list, but rather the bonkers one-off things that some games will sometimes reward you for. Just to let you know, we may be touching on some major plot points, so a spoiler warning is very much in effect. I'm Ben from TripleJump, and here are 10 weird achievements and trophies with bizarre requirements. Number 10. Half-Life 2 Episode 2, Little Rocket Man. There are many of us that have little trinkets that we carry with us at all times, sort of good luck totems if you will. It may be a lucky penny, a 4-leaf clover, or in the case of bespectacled hunk Gordon Freeman, a small garden gnome. The second of 2 episodic follow-ups to Half-Life 2 sees Gordon and his ally Alex Vance team up to try to locate a resistance base in the mountains that surround City 17. The game is largely quite serious, focusing on the humans' fight against the oppressive Combine, but that doesn't mean that it's without its moments of levity. At the very beginning of the game, players can find a garden gnome in the communications shack, and all they need to do is carry him around for the whole runtime before depositing him in a rocket ship so that he can venture into space, and they can earn the Little Rocket Man achievement. Sounds simple, right? Wrong, because you can't just pop him into your inventory and forget about him. No, this little fella needs to be picked up with the gravity gun and stowed in safe places whenever Gordon needs to do something else. Our pro tip, save often. You don't want to have to backtrack miles just to find your gnome. Number 9. Command & Conquer 3 Tiberium Wars, Welcome to 2047. There are several achievements on this list that may cause some level of mental anguish to players, darn that bloody gnome, but I doubt that any of the others cause them any physical pain. Let's just say you're going to need strong thumbs for this one, we'll put it that way. Released in 2004, Command & Conquer 3 Tiberium Wars is a direct sequel to Command & Conquer Tiberian Sun, and sees players taking on the role of a commander in one of 3 warring factions. The game is set in 2047, by which time the alien resource Tiberium has contaminated much of the planet. The Global Defense Initiative and the Brotherhood of Nod serve as major superpowers and engage in a global conflict which attracts the attention of the hostile alien force, the Skrin. Planning battle tactics is a breeze in comparison to the Welcome to 2047 achievement though, as players are expected to press the A button 2,047 times in succession. Yes, you heard that correctly. In order to earn the 20G accolade, players must devote Lord knows how much of their day to pressing a single button over 2,000 times in a row. Has anyone got any frozen peas? My thumb hurts. Number 8. Fable 2, The Menace to Society. Being in the buff is certainly quite freeing, but there's a time and a place for whipping your kit off, as the poor innocent NPCs of Fable 2 will surely tell you. Indeed, the Menace to Society is an achievement that Fable 2 players can obtain by being just that, a public menace. When fans of the game aren't doing their darndest to prevent a madman from destroying the world, or getting angry over the latest ridiculous claims Peter Molyneux has made about whichever NFT-riddled project he's working on, they can spend their time causing a little chaos. To unlock the Menace to Society achievement, players have to complete a few steps. First, they need to visit the Bowerstone bookstore and purchase the delightfully titled Perv's Handbook so that they can earn the vulgar thrust expression. I swear, Mum, it's for an achievement! They must then go to any civilized place, incidentally Bowerstone Market works just fine, take off all their clothes and use their newfound expression to thrust in the face of an NPC. Once the NPC takes offense, players will be rewarded with a 10 gold fine, which serves them bloody well right, and that coveted achievement as well, I suppose. Do you feel good about yourself? Number 7. Red Dead Redemption, Dastardly. We've all seen old movies where the evil villain kidnaps a damsel in distress, ties her up and leaves her on a train track, at which point the dashing hero swoops in and saves her just moments before she meets her doom. Everyone applauds? Roll credits. Yeah, it's nice when innocent civilians don't get run over by trains, but sometimes the antagonist inside all of us just wants to see what would happen if the dashing hero never turned up. Not in real life, of course, that would be cause for concern. Those wanting to live out their moustache-twirling reprehensible fantasies can do so and be rewarded for it simply by playing 2010's Red Dead Redemption. To get their mitts on the Dastardly trophy, players must first obtain a lasso from Bonnie, which can be done by completing the Wild Horses Tamed Passions mission. Once they have it, they simply simply need to find a woman, hogtie her, then take her out to the tracks and lay her down in front of an oncoming train. It certainly isn't the easiest way players will ever earn themselves 5G or a bronze trophy if you're of the PlayStation persuasion, but it's probably one of the most dishonorable. Well done. Number 6. Lollipop Chainsaw. I swear I did it by mistake. Yeah, right. There really are some ridiculous achievements out there, but few are quite as gross as the I swear I did it by mistake trophy in 2012's Lollipop Chainsaw. The game, which was a collaboration between game designer Suda51 and filmmaker James Gunn, follows cheerleader Juliet as she attempts to thwart a zombie outbreak in her hometown. Armed with nothing but a chainsaw and the decapitated head of her boyfriend, yes, really, Juliet must hack and slash her way through hordes of the undead in order to put a stop to all of this nonsense. Lollipop Chainsaw was already a rather bonkers title, but its I swear I did it by mistake achievement really does take the cake when it comes to vulgarity. In order to get their filthy hands on this one, players simply need to manipulate the camera in such a way that they were able to look up Juliet's skirt. How vile. You should be ashamed of yourselves! Sadly, Lollipop Chainsaw is far from the only game to reward players for their inappropriate and lewd behaviour. The What Are You Doing achievement in 2017's Nier Automata forces players to look up 2B's skirt a whopping 10 times, which is, disgusting and quite frankly makes the Platinum Trophy feel dirty. Go and wash your eyes out. Number 5. BioShock 2 9 Irony. There are many who feel that golf is the sport of stuffy old rich men who sit around swirling brandy, smoking cigars and bragging about how many millions of dollary-doos they've brought home that week, and these people are not entirely wrong. If the BioShock series is to be believed though, golf could be the sport of the working man, and Rapture offers plenty of opportunities to put that swing into action. Admittedly, said opportunities extend only as far as using a golf club to beat a man to death, but still, be the rich and all that. As most of you will know, the OG BioShock culminates in a shocking twist which reveals that protagonist Jack has been programmed to respond to the phrase "would you kindly" with blind compliance. As such, when Rapture creator Andrew Ryan tells him to kill, Jack does as he's told and beats the old man to death with a golf club. This slightly harrowing turn of events gets a nod in BioShock 2 with the 9 Irony trophy, which can be picked up by simply using telekinesis to smash an Andrew Ryan statue with a golf club. Can this senseless act of vandalism really be considered irony? Well, jury's out on that one. But is it a fun little achievement nonetheless? Would you kindly believe that it is? Number 4. Portal 2 Pit Boss. Speaking of blind compliance, here's another trophy that requires players to do nothing more than what they're told. Portal 2 comes with humorous achievements and trophies aplenty, many of which can be earned by the player for doing something completely and utterly bonkers. The pterodactyl, with a silent P, by the way, achievement can be unlocked by using an aerial faith plate to launch a turret into the air. Can't touch this is achieved by dancing in front of a blocked turret, and you can snag the You Made Your Point trophy by simply refusing to solve the first test in Chapter 8. However, one of the most ridiculous is the Pit Boss achievement, which players can get a hold of by jumping into a pit. At the beginning of the chapter, the part where he kills you, as Chell is running away, Wheatley will plead for her to come back, and if she does, he'll tell her that she needs to jump into the deadly pit that she sees before her. He promises a number of rewards, including the chance to see her real parents again, a 3-portal device, a yacht, and loads of hunky boys. Ooh, you know we can't turn down the offer of hunky boys. Number 3. Duke Nukem Forever Turd Burglar. Those of you who are familiar with the Duke Nukem games will know that they don't exactly shy away from potty humour. Things were taken to the next level in Duke Nukem Forever though, as the game actually resorted to having players hunt for poop, all for the sake of a laugh. Released in 2011 after being in development for 14 years, Duke Nukem Forever follows the titular Duke as he comes out of retirement in order to battle aliens who have invaded Earth. The game is not all that good, with critics levelling complaints at Duke Nukem Forever's level design, gunplay, and inconsistent graphics. With that said, it does have the odd moment that will raise a smile, one of which being the Turd Burglar achievement/trophy. In order to partake of this fecal fracas, players must simply find a toilet and go rooting around in that porcelain treasure trove until they find themselves a big old dookie. The game even gives players the option to throw it at a nearby wall if they'd like. Disgusting! Fun fact, there's actually no need to fish around in a toilet if you want to find a giant turd. All you need to do is buy a copy of Duke Nukem Forever. Got 'em! Number 2. Lego Harry Potter Years 1 to 4 Solid Snape. The LEGO video game series has given players a smorgasbord of humorous moments over the years, but perhaps the most inspired is the Solid Snape achievement from LEGO Harry Potter Years 1 to 4. Over the course of the game, players are able to unlock different characters from all walks of wizarding life by completing tasks around Hogwarts Castle. These characters can then be purchased using studs in Madame Malkin's robes for all occasions in Diagon Alley. By venturing into the secret room in the Potions class, players can use characters they've already collected to complete puzzles to unlock Potions Master and all-around dickweed Professor Snape. Of course, he's fun to have in your party just so that you can zap him with spells, the Potter-hating git, but he can also be used to unlock an achievement. Players simply need to load up either the Magic Begins level from Year 1 or the First Task level from Year 4, choose to play as Snape, and then climb into the barrel at the very start in order to be awarded the Solid Snape Trophy, a clever nod to the Metal Gear Solid series. Oh, and while we're on the subject of Metal Gear Solid, number 1. Metal Gear Solid HD Collection. Snake Beater. Wait, Snake Beater? Oh my god. Hideo Kojima's games are well known for being somewhat out there when it comes to their storylines and gameplay mechanics, so it came as little surprise that a bizarre achievement like Snake Beater was included in the Metal Gear Solid HD Collection. During the Tanker chapter of Metal Gear Solid 2, players can explore the locker room on Deck A and snoop around personal belongings. Taped inside the door of one of the lockers is a poster of a lingerie-clad model that quickly has Solid Snake living up to his name. In order to trigger the hilariously named Snake Beater achievement, players need to open the locker, switch to first-person mode, and regard the poster for a moment. They must then call Otacon, which triggers one of the strangest cutscenes in gaming history. Otacon will berate Snake for failing to keep his mind on the job, while Snake pulls some interesting faces into the camera. I'm sure he's just practicing for a gurning competition. Yeah, that'll be it. If players are still feeling frisky when they're done with all that, they can hop inside the locker, close the door, and give the poster a little smooch in order to unlock the Kissing Booth achievement too. Oh, Kojima, you saucy minx. Never change.